Hi everybody, it's Beatles Dave, your friendly neighbourhood record collector, calling to you from Derbyshire in the UK. I've actually got a few days off work, excuse me, so I've been record shopping today, bought lots and lots of things which will be featured in later videos. But I've just played this one, which is a bit of a Beatles curio. I don't know if people like in America have ever heard of this record. It's actually called, the LP is called Northern Songs, and it's by a band called Revolver, and it was recorded in Liverpool in 1979, I believe. Made on Merseyside, it says there. Don't know if you can see that. Made on Merseyside, and it's actually an LP consisting of 17 songs that the Beatles, or John Lennon and Paul McCartney, wrote, but the Beatles never officially recorded. A few of these you can get on as outtakes now on some of the Beatles box sets, but when this came out in 1979, officially the Beatles hadn't recorded any of these songs. I don't really know who Revolver are. I presume they are or were a Mersey band. We're from Liverpool. They do a very, very good job of this. What you've got to remember is this was actually recorded in 1979. So they have sort of like tried to make these sound a bit more like 70s recordings, and they do put the odd Beatles riff in at the end of some of the songs as well. Like you get you get a little bit of Paperback Writer or I Feel Fine and stuff like that on a few of the songs. They have actually done a really, really good job. I was actually quite surprised, and I found myself singing to most of these songs. Bear in mind, I've only played it once, and it's on Rox Records, ROK. Published 1975, Rox Recordings Company Limited, Liverpool, England. Northern Songs by Revolver, stereo, ROXLP001. And it's supposed to be a collector's item, although I don't know why it's a collector's item. Maybe you could have only got this at the Beatles Museum or something like that, I don't know. But so, like I say, it says Northern Songs, the Lennon and McCartney compositions the Beatles never issued, which is the thing, Beatles never issued, right? So side one, you've got One and One is Two. Then you've got Bad to Me, and Bad to Me is actually a really, really good version. World Without Love. Love of the Loved. Of course, Silly did a version of that, didn't she? I'll Keep You Satisfied, originally done by Billy J. Kramer. That Means a Lot. I'll Be On My Way. I Don't Want to See You Again. And then it finishes off with Hello Little Girl. Which of course was a very, very famous bootleg, wasn't it? Because the Beatles did a version of that during their Decca auditions. So that's side one. Side two, you get Tip of My Tongue, Nobody I Know, From a Window, Step Inside Love, Step Inside Love, oh, Step Inside Love, which again was, of course, was done by Cilla Black. Then you've got Like Dreamers Do, Goodbye, the Mary Hopkins song, It's For You, again, that was done by Cilla, wasn't it? And then I'm in Love. So that is the track listing. The cover is very reminiscent of Please Please Me, or 1962 to 66, or 67 to 70. In other words, it's the EMI house. I think it was Manchester Square in London. Like I say, overall, for saying I have actually tried to look on Google and find out something about this, but all you get is the record. You don't get anything about who the actual band were. Like I say, there was obviously from Liverpool, because this was recorded on Merseyside, and it says it really, really proudly, made on Merseyside. I don't think it's that hard a record to come by. I got this from my local record shop in Derby, BPM Records. This was one of many that I bought, but like I say, I've just got home, I've just tried this. It's very, very well done. Yes, you can tell it's not the Beatles, and they're not trying to sound like the Beatles, although they do sound like the Beatles in certain songs, and on some of the songs the chap does actually sound like John Lennon, but the John Lennon from the 70s, not the John Lennon from the 60s, if that makes sense. Don't know if you can stream any of these songs or not. I think you can pick this up from usually around the £15 mark upwards. So £15 is probably the cheapest you'll find it on eBay and other sites like that. I paid £20 for it, but I didn't, because he knocked me a bit off because I bought a load of records. Like I say, it is a really, really nice and enjoyable LP. It was actually a lot better than I thought it'd be. Although, to be fair to Dave at BPM Records, he did actually play me a few of the songs on it, so I sort of did know what to expect, but it was a lot better than what I thought it'd be, if that makes sense. Lovely sounding record, played absolutely brilliant. I don't know who produced it. Produced by let's have a look. Produced by M. Burson, P. Coleman, D. Crosby and G. Higgins. I presume that was Revolver. That was the band. This is the labels, very strange looking labels. Lovely record though, lovely sounding record. Whoever they were, they've done a brilliant job, that's all I'll say. They've made a fantastic album. And like I say, you can tell it's Beatles songs, but they're done to a slightly more 70s feel. Not disco or out like that, or funk or anything like that. They are done quite faithfully, but they've tried to make them sound a little bit more modern. Well, as you know, they've tried to make them sound more like 70s songs than 60s songs. Great little album. If you ever come across this on your travels, wherever you are, I would recommend it. I think it's a bit of a hidden gem, to be honest. I have seen this before, but I never really knew what it was. But now I've got it, I am very, very happy to have it in my collection. And like I say, I would recommend this to any Beatles fan. Yes, it's not the Beatles, don't get me wrong, it is not the Beatles. It is a band from Liverpool, recording compositions by John Lennon and Paul McCartney that the Beatles never issued up to the point of this record. And it's not a bootleg, it is an official recording. You know, so very, very happy to have it. And that's about it for this little video. See, I can do little videos when I want to. Like I say, brilliant LP, brilliant song selection, and done with love and care, which is the main thing. It is done with love and care. You can tell that the people that recorded this admired the Beatles, but you know, they've put their own twist on it. I think that's the best way to put it. Not necessarily updated. They've put their own twist on it. Fantastic album, honestly, fantastic album. I'm actually lost for words. I never thought I could enjoy an album of Beatles songs not by the Beatles as much as I have, if that makes sense. In other words, I'm very, very surprised, but surprised in a good way at how good this record is. So for you lot out there, have you ever seen this record? Some of you may even have it. Like I say, I would give this a 10 out of 10. I would actually give it a 10 out of 10. Like I say, you've got to remember it's not the Beatles that have recorded it. It's a band that are very, very influenced by the Beatles, and you can tell that they admire the Beatles and they love the Beatles in the way they present the songs, but they do put their own twist on it, which is good. It is good. It sounds like it probably shouldn't work, but it does. Like I say, I put it on and I was tapping my head. I was nodding my head and tapping my feet to every one of these songs, and the ones that I knew, because obviously, you know, Bad to Me and things like that, World Without Love, and you know, Love of the Loved. You know, we all know them because they were released by Billy J. Kramer and Cilla Black and people like that. But yeah, fantastic songs. And I'm making mistakes, and I haven't even had a drink yet today, but I will be going to. So like I say, if you ever come across this on your travels, I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. But like I say, this is just my personal opinion. Some of you might listen to this and think it's crap. I don't. I think it's good. I think it's worth. This is one of them that's worth having in your collection, even if it's just as a curio. But like I say, you know, it does sound like it's done with love and affection, and they don't mess about the songs too much. There's no disco beat or funk beat or anything. It's just like listening to the Beatles, but if the Beatles would have carried on into the 70s. I think that's the easiest way of putting it, and I think that explains it the best, to be honest. So yeah, the album is called Northern Songs, and the band is Revolver, so it's Northern Songs by Revolver. If you put it in eBay or something like that, or even Google, it comes up with Revolver LP and telling you the songs that was published by Northern Songs on the album. Like I say, it is a bit hard. All you'll get is, you might get a picture of this and it'll just say what it is, but it doesn't tell you who actually recorded it, apart from they were called Revolver. But I presume these 4 people at the bottom here were actually the members of that band. So as always, thank you very, very much to everybody that is subscribing, leaving comments and liking my videos. And don't forget, if you've liked this video, just leave me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, by the way, and you've liked this video, please subscribe, because the more subscriptions we get, the bigger we can make the channel. And I've got plans to do other things with the channel, but obviously I've got to get more subscriptions before I can do it. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. And even if you're subscribed, I don't know, I always thought if you subscribe to the channel, you automatically get the notifications, but you only get the notifications if you hit the notification bell. See, I've been doing this channel for over a year, and I'm still learning things about what you can and can't do on YouTube. So yes, the album is called Northern Songs, and it's by a band called Revolver, and they were from Liverpool, and this proudly says made in Merseyside. And at the time, you know, when this was actually made in Liverpool in the late 70s, Liverpool was a bit of a broken city. It was nowhere near as nice as what it is today. That's no disrespect to the people of Liverpool, but I think you'll know what I mean. It was very, very run down in areas. All hats off to the people of Liverpool and the council and everything else, because they have sort of like brought Liverpool back to life. It was in a bit of a decline after the docks and everything, you know, closed down. But it's a lovely place. It's the best place to be in the world, to be honest with you. I love it. If I ever won the lottery, I would go and move to Liverpool tomorrow. I honestly would. I love it that much. When me and Sue go, we always go on the train, and as soon as we get off the train, we just like look at each other and we like say we're back home, because that's what it feels like. It just feels like going home every time I go to Liverpool. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm starting to go on a bit now, so I'm going to leave it here. So just remember, you are the beat in Beatle Dave, and I mean that sincerely. As always, love your records, cherish your records. You do have to clean your records from time to time, but above all, play them. And you know, you might get this and be pleasantly surprised, like what I was. Fantastic album. Really, really is fantastic album. And that's it. So until the next time, whatever you're doing, please be safe. I know there's been a lot of things going on in the past few days around the world, which I won't go into, but you know, so whatever you're doing, just please stay safe, and just remember, Beatle Dave loves you all. So until the next time, it's ta-ra for now, my ducks. Bye.